Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Pen Ryn Mansion and Frederick Hart Entertainment, my name is Frederick Hart, bidding you a warm welcome and a very pleasant good evening. At this time, I would like to introduce the honored guests and the bridal party. So please let me direct your attention to table number 6, where we welcome the grandmother of the bride, Mrs. Ruth Iaculo. And to table number 7, where we welcome grandmother of the bride, Mrs. Ann McGinty. And now, directing your attention to the double doors entrance of the ballroom, please welcome parents of the bride, Mr. and Mrs. Daniel and Ruth McGinty. Followed by the parents of the groom, Mr. and Mrs. Gerald and Patricia Walker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the members of the bridal party. Beginning with bridesmaid Dominique Barclay, escorted by groomsman, brother of the bride, Sean McGinty. Followed by bridesmaids Jackie Stevenson and Alexis Zankman, escorted by groomsman Joseph Tarasio. And the bridesmaid, Amy Ridge Shingani, escorted by groomsman Tim Stottish. Next, please welcome bridesmaid Angela Remley, escorted by groomsman Brian Watson. Followed by bridesmaid Alicia Dupree, escorted by groomsman Sam Morton. And the bridesmaid, sister of the groom, Trisha Curley, escorted by groomsman Chris Barbieri. Followed by bridesmaid and sister-in-law of the bride, Erin McGinty, escorted by her husband, groomsman and brother of the bride, Corey McGinty. And finally, two very special people in the lives of the bride and groom. It's Matron of Honor Diana Staub, escorted by best man, brother-in-law of the groom, Joseph Curley, and junior best man, son of the groom, Ryan Walker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the littlest members of the bridal party. A special round of applause for flower girl, cousin of the bride, Shannon Quayle, escorted by ring bearer nephew of the groom, Colin Curley. Please join me in bidding welcome to the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Gerald Walker. I invite you to please be seated as the bride and groom share in their first dance together as husband and wife to a song from Phil Collins. This is called Groovy Kind of Love. Again, I present to you Casey and Jerry in the bridal dance. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Gerald Walker. Casey and Jerry, won't you please be seated? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we can officially begin, there are two very important pieces of business that we must conduct, the first of which is the blessing. So if you would please direct your attention to the head table and the father of the bride, Mr. Daniel McGinty. Our second order of business is the best man's toast. So I'd like to invite you to raise a glass of champagne from the table settings before you and direct your attention again to the head table and the best man, brother-in-law of the groom, Joseph Curley. Hear, hear. Ladies and gentlemen, please free your hands to give a round of applause to the best man and brother-in-law of the groom, Joseph Curley. And for our final order of business, I'd like to invite you to remain seated and enjoy the salad course already served. Bon appetit.